I know you don't want John joining the Air Force. And I know if the kid had to make a choice right now, naturally he'd choose Jill. So do you. Don't ever treat me like a fool again. I'll handle it in my own way. And if you do anything to stop me, it'll be the finish of us for starters.
And there he was, having a wonderful time with two young girls and that Healy kid. Jumping around in the pool, carrying on. You can see how serious he is about Lynn.
Oh, now that's a bit unfair. The boy's probably in such a state he needs to let off a bit of steam. There's a lot of worse ways of doing it than having a bit of fun around a swimming pool. Like a beer.
I agree with you, Dad. It's just not in his nature. He's not that hard.
Well, I still reckon that Peter Healy's having the wrong effect on him. I'm going to have a talk to him about it when he gets home.
Now, just take it easy on him, please.
Right. You were telling me to earlier on.
He's going to feel bad enough coming back by himself without you having a go at him. And it would embarrass him terribly if you knew you'd seen him enjoying himself in a pool. Because he wouldn't have been. You know him as well as I do.
Thought I did.
Now, don't be silly. Of course you do. You know jolly well he lets go when he gets in a temper or depressed. Just like you.
Me?
Yeah, I'd go along with that.
Talk about 2 against 1.
Just promise me you won't say anything, eh?
Okay. But I'm going to have to bring up the Healys with him sometime.
Have you given any thought about how Kevin's going to feel working for Vic Hardy now?
I hadn't given it a second thought. It's a good point. Well, we can't expect him to go to work at the bank under the circumstances.
No. I better get Victor in here and have a talk before Kevin gets home. Whatever that'll be.
You better not say too much about young Kevin to me.
I think you should spend some time in the garden, please, Dad. Make yourself scarce.
Why?
You know why? We want to have a quiet, sensible discussion with him. And I know you.
Well, he's not being too quiet and sensible. Oh, all right. But give me a yell if he causes any trouble.
I'll slice from the corner in about 10 minutes. Better make a move then.
You off?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for letting me stay, Mr. Healy. Did me a lot of good.
What about what you're going to do?
About Lynn?
About Lynn? About your job? You said you were worried.
Oh, I reckon I've done my landscaping job. Reckon I'll be pushed into working for my father-in-law in the bank.
Well, at least give your old boss a ring, see how he feels, explain what happened. He may not be as hard as you think.
Yeah, it's worth a try, Kev. Yeah, I guess it is. I'll call him tomorrow.
I'd offer to drive you home, except I've got some important phone calls.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not all that keen to get home too soon anyway. I'll catch a bus into the city. Oh, I could take him home, Dad, if you don't want the car this afternoon.
All right. Yeah, the keys. Oh, why don't I get me some olive oil and some unsalted butter? There you go. And don't come home the long way.
Why not? I need all the practice I can get.
You had enough practice driving that old bomb round Queensland.
The distance we got, I'd hardly call it practice. Anyway, thanks again.
Pleasure. And don't talk about it too much at home.
I won't.
Good. And don't forget your pee plate.
We're in the garage. I'll get it. Hi, Jill Taylor's.
John, just the one I wanted.
Oh, hi. Oh, Jill told me about your talk. How good you were. Thanks.
That's all right. I'm glad you were so honest. But that's not the reason I'm calling, though. How about you come over for a few drinks tomorrow night, both of you, with some friends of mine, young officers and their wives.
Sure, I'd love to.
Sort of to celebrate your acceptance, but...
Do you know something?
No, but I can't see you being knocked back.
Well, great. Yeah, I'd love to. Looking forward to it. What time?
Whenever you like. You know you can treat this place as your second home.
Right. I'll see you then.
Bye.
For the life of me, I cannot understand why the boy didn't do the sensible thing and go off on the trip with Lynn. It would have been wonderful for them both.
He still has his pride, Victor.
Oh, nonsense. Lynn having an opportunity like that. Of course, she was right to take the baby with her. You couldn't expect her to leave him behind with Kevin.
Whatever way we look at it, Victor, it's happened, and there's nothing any of us can do about it. It's up to the two kids now. I just don't want it to come between us. After all, we still have to be neighbours.
True, Beryl. Very true. We must use our experience of life to guide them.
Right. And I think the first thing we should all do is show Kevin that we understand both points of view and let the boy get on with his life.
No, I agree entirely. You should be allowed to have a day of rest first and then start fresh at the bank on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, actually, Victor...
Oh, come on, of course he should. Why not?
Well, we didn't think you'd want him there now, and he might find it hard working for you.
Nonsense. We give him a sense of stability, that's all he needs. He needs to know where he's going for the future. Now, by the time Lynn gets back, he'll have been working at the bank for 3 months. He'll be a lot more settled. He'll see what a wise choice he's made and make a far better husband.
I must admit you got a point there. Could make him a bit more settled than that.
Well, it's nice to see you two agreeing with each other for a change. How can I argue? I'll make you some tea.
You always make a good cup of tea, Beryl.
Thank you.
I must say I'm very pleased you both agree about Kevin coming to the bank.
A nice glass of milk.
Victor?
Doug?
It's what he's been needing for a long time, a sense of purpose in life.
Kevin might not want to work at the bank. You might be a bit ahead of yourself there.
And you might be better to stick to your gardening, Doug, and leave Kevin's future to those who are involved.
I happen to be the boy's grandfather. I've got as much right, more come to think of it, than you have.
Well, it's easy to see where Kevin gets his stubborn streak. And mind you, I'm not saying the fault's all on Kevin's side.
With Lynn? Of course not. She walked out on him.
Yes, but he could have tried to see her side of it instead of taking a stubborn attitude. However, I think bygones should be bygones. That's why I'm prepared to take him on at the bank. I can't say fairer than that now, can I?
Well, that's up to Kevin, isn't it? But I'll tell you one thing. There is no way I'd want you for my boss.
More tea, Victor?
I can't get over the man. How does he know how Kevin's going to feel, eh?
Yeah, sure, Dad, but you must admit it's a good idea. We'll give him something solid to do instead of drifting around.
But there are other jobs.
Yeah, which aren't easy to get. I'd rather see him in something now than having to struggle to make a crust like I've had to do most of my life.
I can't see how he's going to want to work for Victor, though. Not me to say.
He's not going to want to if you get him thinking the wrong way by going on about it. I mean, who knows? He might actually like working in the bank.
Not for Victor.
You're like a cracked record, Dad.
It's him.
Right, I'll watch it. That's the time. You don't know his back, remember?
Oh, did I?
Hello, love. Welcome home. Why didn't you let us know you were coming?
I didn't want to put you out. I knew Dad would probably want to pick me up from the airport.
Yeah, probably.
Dad, Granddad,
How are you, son?
not too bad.
Well, would you like something to eat?
No, thanks.
I expected you back a day or two ago.
I needed a bit more time to think.
Why don't you throw your bag in your room and come and have a couple with us?
It's not too much to unpack. I'm more interested in what's been going on back here.
Right. Come on, Dad.
You okay?
Want anything more on this salad?
Up to you.
There's an avocado in here somewhere. I'm glad you're paying. They're expensive this time of year.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you tonight? You've hardly said a word since I came home.
I'm organising some drinks and some food for tomorrow night for John. Thinking about what I need.
He's been accepted.
Oh, nothing like that. I just want to introduce him to some young officers. See the kind of people he'll be mixing with.
It's a good excuse for a party anyway.
Hey, I want my half of that.
They're fattening. Who's coming?
Oh, Tony and Janice Merrill and Stephen and Penny Cousins. Don't want to make it too nerve-wracking on his first time.
Well, I go along with the guys being invited. Not too sure about the wives, though. So motor mouth Janice is a bit of a worry.
Well, it's good for Jill. See what she'll be up against.
Rather her than me.
Hey, cut that out. You don't get any salad. Would you prefer to dip out tomorrow night?
Wouldn't mind.
Well, it's just that I know what you're like with Janice.
Well, you lend me the car, and I won't stick around to give her a hard time.
You get a best either way, don't you? You'll be lucky to get any schnitzel, let alone the salad.
What's wrong with you tonight?
Why?
You've been like a cat on hot bricks. It doesn't worry you that I told Martin, does it?
Of course not. Worked out okay. I was just wondering whether I'll get in or not. I should know in the next couple of days. I don't know how I'm going to concentrate on work till then.
Well, you better, just in case you don't get in.
Oh, I think I might. So does Martin, I reckon. That's why he's introducing me to those people.
you sure they're not the people we met yesterday?
I doubt it. That'd be a good night. Having a chance to meet some of the blokes before I have to start saluting them. Well, I won't be mixing too much with them, of course, but at least I'll see what they're like.
Suppose I'll be dumped out in the kitchen with the wives.
Won't hurt you to see what it's like being an officer's wife.
Well, we're going to be an officer, are we?
Gonna try. Can't do any harm.
A bully for you.
What the dickens are you doing up this time of night?
I couldn't sleep.
Well, you're used to hearing young Davy crying. Sort of like a nuisance when it starts, and something you miss when it's not there. I think I know the reason why you can't sleep. Lynn. You're used to her being in the room with you. How did you feel about swapping rooms? Might make things easier.
No, Grandad, it's okay. No need.
Oh, I wouldn't mind your room. I can slip easily out into the back garden that way. You know how I like to get up early. Save me waking up the rest of the house.
Yeah, okay, if you want to.
Good man. You know, you've got to make an effort to cheer up a bit. I know you're disappointed the way Lynn's behaved, but you must stop acting as though your marriage is over.
I know she's only gone for 3 months, Grandad, but the way I feel now, it might just as well be over.
Thought you'd have been at work ages ago.
Good news should be told firsthand. I've seen the recruiting lists at the office. John's in.
Well, you got what you wanted?
What John wanted. I've managed to get him into the current intake. He leaves to appoint cook at the end of the week.
End of the week?
I don't believe in wasting time. I dropped in at his work on the way over. He's over the moon.
Jill's going to wonder what hit her. I'm wondering what's hit me.
I don't like us disagreeing.
You mean you like things to go your way? What's this drink about this evening? You've obviously got it all planned.
So Jill should see what it's like to be a wife, throwing her in at the deep end with a few of the sharper-tongued ladies.
Well, that hardly seems fair.
Oh, quite the opposite. It's about as fair as I can be. She'll see what sort of a liability she could be to John. The ladies I've invited enjoy a bit of bloodletting.
Oh, it's really charming. Well, if you expect me to be there to watch you go under, you can think again.
Might look a bit strange if you're not. Don't worry, I'm not about to force Jill into anything. Just simply want her to see what she'll be up against. She can make up her own mind.
I couldn't believe it when Martin told me. I had to give Ron Jackson notice straight away. He was good about it, even though it is only in a few days.
A few days?
Yeah, well, Martin pushed it through a bit. Otherwise, I would have had to wait for a later intake.
And you go straight to Point Cook?
Yeah, isn't it fantastic?
I think it's wonderful for you.
I'd have thought after all those years of not knowing what I wanted to do. I mean, what I wanted to do, and here it is, only a few days away. Martin must have known something fixing tonight. Hey, let's make it a celebration. Pick up at 6. I don't know how I'm going to concentrate on the rest of the day. I have to tell you straight away. See you, honey.
You seen Kevin yet?